motorcycle and power sports news fans. I'm Greg Jones, and welcome to another episode of MPN's Power Players. Today, my guest is McAfee. He is the National Sales Manager for MOGO. Matt, thanks so much for joining us today here in studio.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're going to discuss a great deal about MOGO today and a little bit about yourself. And
Perfect.
You know, this is a really cool product and a cool technology that you guys have here for not just power sports, but a couple different markets. And
Sure.
You know, we'll get into some of that. But
Okay.
like I said, I'd love to start with yourself and
Okay.
let the folks know a little bit about kind of your background and how you got into the power sports industry and to MOGO.
Perfect. So yeah, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, born and raised there. So I started working in a car dealership after college. Worked in the parts department, the parts counter there, and then worked my way through the different departments and ended up running dealerships for about 7 years. Then got out of the car business and owned a business for a while and got involved in a couple of startups. And then about 8 years ago, I started working for MOGOTrack, which sells key control products for virtually every industry, but specifically automotive and multifamily. And then a year and a half ago, we acquired MOGOTrack from the owner of MOGOTrack, who was out of Dallas. And I transitioned out of the KeyTrack world into the MOGOTrack. So I've been heading that product up, bringing it into our portfolio, and starting now to market it to power sport dealerships, RV, boats, automotive dealerships, and then we have fleet sales as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so in your role, you're not necessarily just focused on the power sports market. You're looking at everything you guys are capable of handling.
We do.
Okay.
We cover every entity that could use GPS, stolen vehicle recovery. Myself and my team cover that.
Yeah.
But we have a focus now. We've kind of repackaged the product specifically for power sport dealerships. So we've done a lot of research in the past few months and really want to come out with a product that matches their needs. So you can do a lot of things with these GPS units. We've kind of got a specific line of products for power sports.
Yeah, very good. And obviously that's what we want to focus on here.
Yep, absolutely.
The motorcycle and power sports news. And, you know, I was saying to you earlier, you know, when you mentioned the term GPS to the average person, you know, I think their mind goes to, you know, the device in your car, the center console there, getting you place to place. You know, so you don't get lost out there on the roads, but that's not really what MOGO's about. It's very much the anti-theft technology and some other things that you guys have built in that has capabilities for geofencing and different tracking like that. So if you would, you know, tell us about some of those features. Yeah,
the biggest difference with what MOGO does compared to a traditional GPS that you would use for maps or directions and things like that, it's really the software piece, the stolen vehicle recovery. So a customer, if their vehicle's stolen, they call the police, they get a case number, they provide that case number to us and we take it from there. We'll recover it. We have a money back guarantee of 24 hours. So if we don't cover it in 24 hours, we provide the money back to the customer, whatever they paid for the product. And then there's also a whole suite of reporting and real-time alerts, which kind of the geofence factors in. But we can provide speeding alerts. We can provide potential impact, power disconnect alerts if somebody loses power to the actual GPS unit. There's a lot of movement alerts, mileage intervals, and battery voltage as well. Battery voltage is really the only diagnostic information we're taking out of the vehicle. And that's for power sports as well, which is it's a pretty important feature.
Sure.
You know, because a lot of times, you know, your side-by-side or whatever sits in the garage for 6 months. And then you go to use it and the battery's dead.
Yeah, so, a cold start and things like that. Yeah,
absolutely.
You got to have some cranking power.
Yeah. So you can set a parameter of, you know, 8 volts in your app, and when it goes below 8 volts, it'll send you a notification that to let you know to recharge it. So so it's really those features of alerts and reports and geofencing. We have unlimited geofencing. You can geofence your driveway, your property lines, or a state if you want. And there's features along with that as well. You can have it come on at night and go off in the morning if you're a business. You can have it 24/7. And you can get notified whether you enter the geofence and leave or just one or the other. So,
yeah, that's very neat. Now, I understand MOGO's been around since about 2005.
Correct.
Do you want to talk a little bit about like those early days of the product and the technology versus now
Absolutely.
where you guys are at?
Absolutely. So Michael Shelton started MOGOTrack. So he's been in the GPS business for about 20 years. And then about 16 years ago, he started MOGO. So it's been nice because Michael's been able to keep up with technology. As it came along, he was able to stay on top of that and implement the cutting edge pieces to our product. So right now we ping off a minimum of 8 satellites, which is kind of specific to MOGOTrack. So we can guarantee location within 9 feet of where the actual vehicle is. So
that's pretty accurate.
It's pretty in depth. Yeah, you can drill down and look at, again, you can look at your mailbox. It'll give you that information. So, yeah, it's been nice, and we've kind of, as the technology's grown and the needs of our customers have changed, we've been able to stay on top of that as well. So
yeah, that's very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. Now, you were talking to us earlier about kind of how these plug in with the vehicles, and obviously it differs whether it's a boat or a car or a motorcycle or UTV, but you want to talk a little bit about the functionality of actually putting it in the vehicle?
Sure.
How that works?
It's a super easy install. So most of our units, we will tie into the battery. So there's just a hot wire and a ground wire, and that's pretty much it. And then you can stabilize the actual unit itself wherever you want. Powersports, a lot of times it's under the seat. Automotive is a little different. We plug into the OBD2 for power. And we're only doing the battery and the OBD2 to power our unit. So we pull 0.05 microamps out of that to power. And then we do get the battery voltage diagnostics as well out of that. So yeah, it's a pretty simple install. Our Powersport units are waterproof and dustproof. So it can be in the elements. It's not going to affect it. Our automotive units, they're not. It's a little different unit. It'll be stored under the dash, hidden under the dash. So to the naked eye, once it's been installed, you would not know that there's been something added to there. So.
Yeah. All right. So Matt, I understand you actually brought a sample of the product that would be on a Powersport vehicle.
Yep. So this is our Powersport unit here.
Yeah.
We'll just start with the wiring piece.
Yeah.
So it's basically just a 2-wire install, hot and ground. And it's got a little fuse in there, and then that will connect to the actual unit to power up the MOGO unit.
Yeah.
So this is the MOGO unit here. You can see it's pretty small. It's quite a bit smaller than a cell phone. So yeah, you can basically just stabilize this either 2-sided Velcro or a zip tie, just pretty much anywhere the customer wants. We have these under seats near the engine compartment. It's heat proof, waterproof, dust proof. Yeah. So it gives you a lot of options, and it's discreet, and it kind of looks like a OEM piece of equipment. It almost looks like it's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Now, are you limited by the length of the cord there, or do you guys have longer options if
you can?
Needed?
Yeah, we can do more wiring if needed.
Yeah.
So absolutely, just depending on the application.
Excellent. Now, talk a little bit about the theft aspect. Obviously, there's people who can figure out how to take these out or know that they might be there.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about some precautions that you guys have in place?
Yep, absolutely.
To deal with that?
We've got a lithium battery inside our MOGO unit. So if somebody knows you're GPSing and they cut the wires or they try to unhook the battery, thinking it's going to kill the unit, this will report up to 30 days after it's lost power.
Wow, yeah.
And it's also going to send you a notification of a power disconnect. So it'll let you know your MOGO has lost power.
Yeah, so you'll know that instant.
Yep,
yeah.
And that'll be real time as soon as it happens. It sends that notification, and you can receive those notifications through your phone, through push notifications, or email, or both. Yeah. And then once that happens, you can go into the web portal. You can bring up your vehicle and see exactly where it is. And then depending on how many times it's pinging during that period, will determine how long that battery lasts.
Right. Very good.
Yep.
Matt, any other features of the MOGO product here that we're leaving out, or did we kind of cover a majority of?
I think that's pretty much.
Offer?
I think that's pretty much it. Again, the real-time notifications that you can get, you can also receive those in automated reports as well. So Powersport dealers that have the battery voltage monitor set, you can automate a report for every Monday morning. You can have your sales managers. It'll be in their email. They don't have to go pull the information. And it'll give them a list of either everything in current battery voltage or the ones you set for a parameter. Yeah. So it'll only populate, the ones that need to be recharged. Yeah. So it keeps, when you're showing the bike or RV to a customer, it keeps that dead battery scenarios, which is embarrassing. So kind of let you be proactive on that.
Yeah, certainly. And that's kind of where I want to steer the conversation next is, your customers. Obviously you're going to people who already have a bike or a Powersport vehicle that want this, safety feature on there. But then you also are going into dealerships themselves and offering it to the vehicles that they're selling, right?
Yeah, we sell to dealers only.
Okay.
Yep. So we don't sell direct to the public.
Okay.
So our dealer network are the only ones that can sell these.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and we sell to automotive dealerships, power sports, RVs, boats. Again, we have fleet applications as well. So for the retail side, for our power sport dealers, this is designed for, you can use the technology while you have your inventory, but you can also retail this in your F&I department. As a stolen vehicle recovery. So it offers additional revenue opportunities in your F&I department. We can match these with other products, term-wise, to other products they're selling. So if you're offering a 3-year maintenance package, we can design this to be a 3-year service to that customer as well. So
okay, very cool. Yeah, and can you elaborate on that income opportunity for the dealers that go with MOGO?
Yep, some dealers will do what we call preload. So when they receive their inventory in, part of their process to get it ready to sell will be to install a MOGO on there. But they virtually sell one of these for every one they sell. So every vehicle they sell, it comes with a MOGO. I've got other dealers that we call on demand. So they won't do that on the front end. They'll just keep inventory in the F&I department. And as they sell these, they install them at that point. The consumer, when they purchase a MOGO subscription from the dealer, they virtually get everything we've talked about. So the geofencing, the real-time alerts, and the stolen vehicle recovery. Again, they will call the police if their vehicle's stolen, and they provide the case number to us. We take it from there. And if we do not recover in 24 hours, we provide the money back to that customer. So yeah, it's a great opportunity. It's a hard add, non-cancelable. So it's not something the dealer's gonna have to worry about chargebacks. We handle all support for that customer once it's sold. So the dealer doesn't have to get involved. If this quits working, we handle all that for the dealer.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And is this something that you guys offer to pretty much any dealer out there? Are there certain dealerships that you guys wouldn't put this in front of? Or?
Virtually any dealership out there that wants to offer that stolen vehicle recovery. So anything from golf cart dealerships is a big entity now. These dealerships that are renting golf carts is very popular for those. So virtually any dealer that wants a vehicle monitored and tracked, we can be available to them.
Yeah, that's great. Now, obviously, the biggest feature is that theft, like we've talked about, anti-theft, I should say. Do you happen to know a number off the top of your head of how many vehicles you guys have recovered with MOGO?
I don't know. It's in the hundreds at this point. I know we've only paid one money-back guarantee, so there's only been one vehicle we couldn't recover in 24 hours. So it's awesome. It's quite a bit, and a lot of times the dealer, they won't contact us if they have MOGO and it's active for them. They haven't sold the vehicle yet. A lot of times they won't contact us. They'll contact the police themselves. They'll just pull up the location and work with the police themselves. But we do offer that for them if needed. So
And Matt, if a dealer might be interested in working with MOGO, is there somewhere that they should reach out to you guys, or do you guys do outreach to the dealers?
Yep, they can do that. They can go to our website, MOGOtrack.com. So that's MOGOTrack.com. There's a way to ask for response from us there. So we'd be more than happy to sit down with them and kind of go over the product. There's a lot of different ways we can design this for each individual dealership. So our goal is really to fit the product into their operations that best fits their needs. So
excellent. Now, Matt, we talked about MOGO starting back in 2005 and how much it's changed to today. What are you guys seeing moving forward in the next few years? What's kind of the next evolution of MOGO and the product?
So coming up next for us, we're working on providing a battery-powered unit that does not have to be hooked up to the vehicle's battery. So that opens up a lot of possibilities for dealers where they can, on an automotive side, they can just throw it in the glove box if they want. And if it's something that doesn't have a battery, like an RV, pull behind RV, a trailer, things of that nature, or if it's just a scenario you don't want to hook it up to the battery, you know, we're going to have that option that it'll last, you know, for a certain period of time, and then you basically just pull it out and plug it back in like a cell phone, so it recharges. So, but it'll continue to have all the real-time notifications, the reporting, geofencing, basically everything our hardwired unit can do, just without the need of a battery.
Sure. Now, Matt, you were saying that typically you suggest securing this with some Velcro or zip ties and things like that. When you guys move to some more of these battery-powered ones that aren't also plugged in or people can put wherever, is there something you suggest that they secure it with, just so it's some extra security there?
It's whatever that works for them.
Okay.
You know, there's not really anything, as long as it's stabilized. If this moves at all, it will generate potential impact alerts.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we go over with dealers when we train on how to install these. It needs to be secured. It is whatever fashion. Every situation is kind of different, you know, for the dealers. So it's whatever they prefer. As long as it's stabilized, again, there won't be any problems.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. Matt, anything else that we're leaving out, or did we pretty much cover it?
I think that's pretty much it. I really appreciate your opportunity.
Matt, yeah, appreciate you being here
nice
in the studio.
meet
Yeah, appreciate the time. And
Absolutely.
guys, hope you guys are interested here in checking out MOGO. So please, like Matt said, check out MOGOTrack.com and see what different products they've got available for your dealership. And as always, please check out Motorcycle and Powersports News for more motorcycle and powersports content. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.